Hey everyone, in this video I will show you how you can import your Bricks file with the help of BricksImporter into Unreal Engine 5. By the end of the video you will have your first mesh imported into Unreal. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below or join the Discord server of BricksImporter. So before you follow along, make sure you have the prerequisites installed of BricksImporter. You can find the links on the GitBook page. So let's get started by grabbing our assets, and I will start with BrickLink. BrickLink comes with an app that's called BrickLink Studio, and that allows you to browse through existing assets as well as creating your own asset. For this guide I will use this building as an example. So once you're logged in, you can hit the import button and then save this file as a .io file. We will use this file later on in Blender to convert it to a suitable format for Unreal Engine 5. We can also import assets from Mecabricks. You can access Mecabricks via your browser. It comes with an editor as well as an existing library. So in this case I will choose this chicken to import into Unreal Engine 5. It is actually quite simple to import this. You will only have to hit File, Export. So export with the Collada file type and make sure you have the correct normal settings selected. Well, that's it. Let's head over to Blender to start up the conversion process from there. So when you have Blender opened up, make sure you have your plugins installed, and I will do that right now. So I will hit Edit, Preferences, I will hit the small arrow. Make sure to install the LDR Tools Blender plugin first before installing the BricksImporter Blender plugin. You won't be able to install the BricksImporter Blender plugin without this plugin, so make sure to install that first. Then repeat the same process for the BricksImporter Blender plugin, which you can find in the BricksImporter zip file that you downloaded from GUMROAD. Alright, so when that is set up, you can select File, Import, Convert, Mecabricks and BrickLink file with BricksImporter. It will open up a new window, and from there you can select your BrickLink or Mecabrick file that you just exported. On the right you will see several import options. More information on this can be found on my GitBook page. For now I will select my desired options and hit the import button. Blender will hang for a while it does all the conversion for you in the background. Depending on the complexity of your mesh, it can take a while, but in most cases it will only take several seconds. As soon as that is finished, Windows Explorer will open up a new window showing you the new exported meshes. Per asset, 2 files will be created, one parts file and one mesh file, which we will now import into Unreal Engine 5. The downloaded BricksImporter zip file from GUMROAD comes with an empty BricksImporter Unreal Engine 5 project. It has the BricksImporter plugin enabled, and you can fact check that by seeing the 3 cubes in the top bar of the screen. So let's start with importing our BrickLink asset into Unreal. I will create a folder structure where I will type the asset name, so in this case typewriter, and I will create a parts folder within this folder where I will import the parts file into Unreal Engine 5. I will select the correct settings, and you can find these on the GitBook page. As soon as my settings are correct, I will hit the import button and Unreal will import the file for me. When the importing is done, let's import our mesh file. We can do that in a different way by going to File, Import into Level, selecting our mesh file, click on Open. We then browse to our asset folder, so in my case that is typewriter, and we click on Import. We can leave the settings as default as they do not matter for the mesh file. Great! Now we can head over to sorting our bricks by selecting our mesh file, going to the 3 cubes on the top of the screen, and then select Sort Brick Parts. You will see a new window pop up and pop out saying Saving Packages. Just wait until this is finished, and as soon as this is finished, a new folder will be visible from the content browser called Bricks. In this folder all the parts will be sorted out for you, as well as the materials and textures that are assigned to the existing sorted assets. You can see this as some kind of dynamic database. So the more parts you have sorted, the faster this process will go for new imported assets. So that's a great thing. The sorting process is finished. Let's start building our asset. With BricksImporter, you can build your bricks asset in two different ways, as a blueprint and as separate static mesh actors. In this case, I will go for separate static mesh actors, since this asset has quite some components. But for small assets, you can also go for the blueprint option to keep everything nicely organized. Viewport gives you feedback on how far the current process is. You can see how many components are already processed, and within several seconds you have your first brick mesh constructed. And also good to know that each brick is linked from your bricks folder that you just created during the sorting process. So everything is really performant and time efficient. To speed up the process even more, you can also disable the live building option. The downside of that is that you don't have any indication how far the process is. So I rather keep it this way so I know how far it is. And also it's a fun thing to see how it builds up. Great, we have a first building constructed in Unreal. We'll also go through the Mecabricks construction process. It is really the same, just a different import window for the parts file, but that's mostly it. So let's head over to the Mecabricks process. We'll do the same steps as the BrickLink process. So we'll create a folder. In my case, I will create a chicken folder and also a subfolder called parts. And in this part folder, I will import my parts file. Make sure to have the settings correct, and you can find the settings on the GitBook page. And when your settings are correct, hit the import all button. And after that, import the mesh file by going to File, Import into Level, browse to your mesh file and hit Open. Then go to your asset folder, so in my case chicken, and import it there. You can leave the settings as default and then hit Import. When this is finished, make sure to select your mesh blueprint class and then go to the 3 cubes on the top of the screen and select Sort Bricks Parts. BricksImporter will then sort the bricks for you in a nice and organized way. When the sorting is finished, you will see that the parts folder has been deleted, and that's a good sign. In this case, I want to build this asset as a blueprint, since this asset is quite small. While having our mesh blueprint class still selected, I will go to 3 cubes once again and hit the construct the bricks asset as blueprint in level button in this case. You will notice that with this option, only one actor will be added, which is a new blueprint class, especially for this mesh. And all the assigned static meshes will be linked in this blueprint. We can now select the new created blueprint class from our world outliner and then hit the 3 connected dot sign on the right side of the screen and click on Apply Instance Changes to Blueprint. This will save the blueprint, and you can also see it in the content browser being updated. This is an important step because now you save this asset in this blueprint, so you can always import this blueprint once more into the level without the need to reconstruct it with BricksImporter. Alright, well that's it. It's actually fairly easy as soon as you get the hang of it. A more in-depth tutorial can be found on my GitBook page, where I describe everything in more detail. Hope you liked it, and I hope you have a good one. Alright, see ya!